Hey at Woodlanders. This morning I've been on a little job over at Ticknell fixing a gate, so it's got like these two clapper bits on it. That was weird. I heard this creaking noise. I would have wondered it was then. Pretty stiff. Lost my train of thought then. And because the gate was catching on the floor on the granite sets, and because the actual clapper part was, well, they weren't touching anymore, so as the gate shut, one went past and overshot the other one because it wasn't clapping together. So it was just a simple, well, what I thought was a simple repair, but it turned out I had to cut it off and fix the bits on and adjust it and adjust the gate, grind off the granite set. So anyway, we've got it working. It's not perfect because the gates still don't, the gates are twisted over, they don't shut at the top, so they clap at the bottom but not at the top. This afternoon I am trying to get the last two panels finished finally. Now there might be some little orders coming along the way. We can finally say we have done for panel making this season, which will be excellent. Two finished, so we'll get those in the trailer, so I will see you tomorrow. Morning. Slightly different day today. I've got to do some maintenance, simply a case of changing the engine oil filter and the fuel filter on my BCS Victor 400. I've not done it before. I've had the tractor a couple of years. It's getting kind of desperate really. Just noticed we've got rather a significant oil patch there, which was coming out of the diff lock area and then it stopped, but that looks like it could be fairly fresh again. The sump plug has got a copper crush washer on it, but it also had, rather worryingly, some PTFE tape around it, which I don't think is good on a sump plug. Now admittedly it was right on the last of the thread, so it wasn't on this, but I don't like that stuff. I don't think it does well next to oil and heat, but of course this crush washer's had better days. But I was just going to do a quick measurement to see if I can get some. We are looking at about 18mm. Let's have a look on the internet. So it looks to be an 18 by 24 by 2. Hail in June. Awesome. So that heavy shower we just had, I ran in the house, come back out, and the guttering was boshing out everywhere. So turns out that all the silt and stuff had got blocked in the downspouting. So I took the bottom off and it just went everywhere. So I've just got absolutely soaked. Anyway, I didn't bring you along for that. It wasn't very entertaining. I just got filthy guttering wet hands. I've ordered me rings, only I thought I'd got some in the basement that would fit, but they don't because they're off a car and they're a lot smaller. The oil out, now I've got to get the oil back in. have my lunch, let that settle, see where we're at. Right, this is the fuel filter, assuming it spins off. Wow, that is a very, very messy job. It's going to be fiddly because I have to sit on the seat to get the starter to crank over. Seems alright. That's one job knocked off the list. So the tractor's now serviced. It's the rear back end transmission oil stroke hydraulic oil. But I'm not sure how to check that, so I'm going to have a quick look. I've got a feeling, well, you can see that, so this is the back end underneath the seat. There is a screw cap here. Well, it's not an unscrew, it's just a pull. It is a dipstick. We are up to there, which must be the max level, because that's a line. So it looks like we're up to the max on that. Wow. That was lining then. No joke. That's ridiculous, look at it. Got a job on the branch log this afternoon. It's these, they had rivets in, so these are all held on by aluminium and steel rivets, like a steel lined with aluminium shrouded, and the back ends, which is like a big penny part of the bit, just snapped off. And what happens is you get three of them shear off, one of them catches on, this then pivots round and hangs down here and catches on the, as it's going round the rollers, it catches on everything. And I didn't want it to rip the belt. Anyway, last time I used the Remet branch logger, it snapped two out, so I had to just rip them off in the end. But going round it, I realised then there's quite a number of them that are snapped. So I bought some bolts. They're an M4 bolt, stainless steel, with stainless steel washers, like a little penny washer there, look, on both sides. So that's what they are, look. It's these sort of bolt on. So if we roll around to the next one, we've got our bolts, and they're like a flat-headed, if you see that, and they're flat-headed with an Allen screw inside. Pop the washer through, it sort of sits flat against the head like that. So that's the bit that snaps off, that's the aluminium head. And they just shear off at the back here, somewhere. So you're left with nothing then that holds it on the back of the conveyor belt. First mission this morning is to pop off over to Ashby with 30 boxes of charcoal. This is a new supplier. That's good news. He's got shops over in Atherstone, I think, and also one near Mitcham somewhere, and then he's got the shop at Ashby. The Ashby shop's probably the closest for me to drop them off, so let's go and drop those off. Well, we have got some fresh burgers. Just paid for them with my own monies. And we've also got a free sausage cob, so that was Boston. Morning. Got my LED glasses on this morning. Just got a couple more of these to finish. So this is the original, this is the joiner looks. And this one's been bolted. I think they've used M5s for this, or possibly even M6s. And that's absolutely fine. But why they've used these stupid things. Yeah, let's do that, look. Both the middle ones have gone. You see that? Right, I think that's pretty well done it. Have a quick leg in there, look. And I'm just, I suppose, hoping that that's going to fix that particular issue. Now there is, and I've mentioned this before, there are some more modifications I want to do to this. This, I think, is going to get modified. So why they have to have such a huge loop in this, I'll never know. So I think it's going to get cut off, I think. And then I just put a piece of bar across there, put the eyelet back in. And then the other modification is modifying the discharge chute. And then also the grease port, which is in there. It's not even a grease port, it's just, I'm going to put in an access door so I can grease the gears. I've got to nip off and go and fetch some scrap. I managed to go and buy some scrap metal the other day, which Karen will absolutely love me for. So I'll go and do that next. And then it's probably an afternoon at the Woodland having a bit of a tidy up. Hey up. I've got a confession. I've acquired some more scrap metal. Contrary to what you might be thinking, this is not going to be a habit. I bought an agricultural trailer that was going cheap on eBay. I've yet to pick that up. And while I was there, this chap says, "Oh, I've got a load of scrap that's got to go to the scrapyard." And I'm like, you can't get rid of that. So I gave him a couple of quid and I bought the roof rack, and it was the weld mesh I was particularly after. You might see that tucked in there, and underneath the weld mesh is 10 wrinkly tin sheets. They're all different sizes and that, but they're not in bad nick really. And I thought, well, it seems a shame just to let all that get weighed in when I can actually use it. The tin sheets are great, but don't worry, I'm going to stack it inside the Woodland, took it out of the way, and rather than adding to the mess and the junk, I'm hoping to just condense it slightly. Let me know what junk you've recently acquired, or let me know how you managed to resist buying in more or getting more and more rubbish. Are you a natural hoarder? Or can you resist and say, you know what, I'm not having any more junk? You know, part of me thinks I wished I could be minimalist, and then there's other parts of me think, you can't let that go for scrap. So I am my own worst enemy. Anyway, let's get this off. Nearly lost one of my plastic plugs, and I realised I've actually lost one out of that side, so I don't know where that one went. I got a little bit distracted then. My brother popped up and he got a little bit more junk for me, which is this old little mesh trolley thing he thought I might be able to use up the Woodland. So he helped us off with the weld mesh. He decided he didn't want to be on the woodlog this time. So I've got my trailer emptied, which is great. It is also Friday. That leaves me to say thanks ever so much again for watching another woodlog this week. I hope you're well, I hope you have an enjoyable weekend, and we will see you next week. And if you're able to, try and enjoy some of this woodland goodness again this week.